Hello, everyone. I'm so excited for this fight today. It's UFC 215 taking place in Anaheim, California. Two of the best light heavyweight fighters in the world. In fact, arguably, I think they're just the best in general. They could beat the heavyweight division if they moved up, but I digress. The first one, Daniel Cormier, aka DC, is this guy. He first actually started off in Strikeforce, where he won the Strikeforce Grand Prix heavyweight belt. Yes, he started off as a heavyweight. He actually reminded me, when I first watched him, of Fedor Emelianenko, my favorite fighter of all time. I in fact called him the Black Fedor because his fight took place after Fedor lost for the very first time, which actually made me very upset. And just watching him chain wrestle and link all of his attacks together like a true mixed martial artist, it made me really happy to see that sort of ferocity that wasn't in Fedor during those days. He defeated Josh Barnett, who is a lot taller and bigger than him, manhandled him. It wasn't even a fight. As well as notable names like Dan Henderson, Roy Nelson, and Bigfoot Silva, that's another heavyweight. Cain Velasquez actually says that Daniel Cormier is the best heavyweight of all time. And I think that's really accurate. He actually moved down to fight John Jones because that is where the true competition really lies. And he didn't want to fight Cain Velasquez. But moving on. He is notably my favorite. I actually never thought John Jones and DC would ever cross paths. But here is John Jones. I got this figure about when he first started. He was, I think, age 21. He actually became champion around that time, yeah. Maybe he might have been younger. But my dad got this for me when they had a fight shop at the casino that he works at the Luxor. And he wasn't champion at the time. So it's pretty nice to hold something where who would have known he would have been so successful if he really put his mind to it. He's the youngest champion in UFC history, kind of like Mike Tyson is in boxing. So this guy's so dominant, he excels in using his Muay Thai, using those elbows and knees, oblique kicks, spitting roundhouse kicks, back kicks. He is also a really sort of determined grappler. He actually, in the first fight with Cormier, out-grappled him, which actually says a lot. He is a phenomenal athlete. He has an exquisite physique. He's very tall, very wide. But he has gone through a lot of trouble with the authority figures, which doesn't really mean anything in terms of his fighting skill. But as a person, I think it does actually reflect into the ring, but yeah. He got busted for cocaine and something that blocks steroid use. But who knows? I think that it doesn't matter with what drugs you take, the technique is always still there, but who knows how he feels during fight day to day. So, I'm not giving any prediction on who I think will win. And I love these men really much. but there is a story, and it's like a twist of fate with why these guys are fighting. I want to give some backstory as to why John Jones' mistakes actually kind of trigger Daniel Cormier in a way, and it doesn't actually get mentioned a lot in the social media or even in the news. Daniel Cormier actually had a daughter that he had, his first daughter, who died in a car accident when she was really young, and it was from a drunk driver. And ever since that day, Cormier always has her in his heart. Every fight, every adversity that he faces. And John Jones got in trouble for drunk driving. He actually hit a pregnant woman. And after the crash, he actually fled the scene. So, whether you accept to believe it or not, Daniel Cormier sees John Jones as the personification of his daughter's death, which is very powerful. This fight is going to push two of the best fighters in the world to the limit. This is actually much more notable than that Pacquiao-Mayweather fight, which they actually fought their first time before that fight, as well as the upcoming fight next month, Conor McGregor versus Mayweather. And I'm so excited. Big fight fan. God bless. And enjoy the fights.